Okay, so my friend sent me this pretty little ombre set with a flower on it and asked if I could do it. And I was like, She was like, you don't have to do the flower though. And I was like, girl, oh no, we're going to try. We're going to do it. So watch me learn how to draw the hibiscus flower on my practice hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and do an acrylic full set over Miss Girly. I wanted to attach some tips, but y'all gonna watch me fumble that. And then we're gonna go ahead and just practice doing the nail art and design. So I went ahead and filed her down. Of course, you know she don't like to keep them things on her. And just got away that smoothness and shininess off of the nail. Just like as if you were buffing a real person's hand. I really wish that the thumb rotated because it's just so hard to get it like that without having to twist the whole hand. I ended up popping her off my table. But okay, so here I am going to put on the tips, and I had this brush on glue that came with the tips and with the practice hand. So you'd think it all go together since it came together. No, I was trying tip after tip, glue after glue to try and get that thing on there, and it would not stick for nothing. Oh my God, it was frustrating. And then I was like, you know what, we're just gonna sand this motherfucking glue off and we're gonna make a nail. So I put that thing I tried in my very first video back on and went to go to lay the acrylic, and as soon as it started sliding, I just threw it right off. I'm not about to keep fighting. This whole video isn't about how strong I can be, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and just make this a short set girly because the purpose is to try and make a design, and I'm gonna just have to get some real drops of nail glue. But looking back, she was a little lopsided, but we fixed her in shaping. What I am really trying to get in the habit of doing is laying this acrylic. Like, I don't have a motherfucking drill, okay? Like, I don't have an emery board, nothing. I want my application to be so quick and so fast that I spend all my time just working on polishing and the appointments. But on these, I only did 2 beads. Once again, the whole purpose of this is just to practice a design. But the 2 beads did cover the entirety of the nail and gave me a nice little apex. If this was a real person's hand, I'm sure I probably would have put another one in the cuticle area just to flush it a bit more and make it better. You see that? Shawty started losing the fingertips. Okay, I understand the nail popping off, but you don't keep your limbs attached to you. You don't keep your limbs attached to you. And this one kept flopping down. And now that I'm looking at it, she on her backwards. At some point, my man was trying to make her throw up gang signs. And she just, he tore her apart. She already barely doing what she meant. But why would you give her a new job? Anyway, when I did this thumb, oh my goodness. Okay, bead 1, bow. Okay, I'm about to pick up bead 2. What? Oh my God. Do you see? Swipe. Do you see that? What? Who needs a drill? Look at Shawty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got into shaping. I had to go through a few emery boards before I finally used this new one. I think was it 100 over 180 grit or whatnot. With this white one that I pop out, and it got it so nice and so crisp. And I realized, you know, if I was doing this on a real person hand, I'd probably be tearing the sides of their fingers up the way I was aggressively trying to sand down that acrylic and make them square. But I really wish I would have had the tips on there because I wanted to practice shaping on something way longer. By the way, it worked. They're giving, you know, someone's mom, someone's auntie, classic square shape. But anyway, I went ahead, shaped them up as best I could. Dang, girl, how long you was shaping for? And I don't know. I was just really excited to get into doing a design that, you know what, I didn't even realize I didn't put no primer, no dehydrator. I didn't put anything on here because I was just so excited to get to the design. And I guess, you know, I just let that slip my mind. But the thumb barely needed any shaping. I really just laid that so nicely, like mwah, chef's kiss. Went ahead, dusted off a fingernail right along with it. But whatever, clean up the station and let's move on. Let's get this girly drilled down and let's get her ready for some polish. Oh my goodness, I am so happy that like my drill is actually working somewhat now. I always run into a problem though. I guess that's just how learning and starting something new goes. I'm having fun with it. And at that point, I was like, you know, I'm going to just drill it in my hand. If she just going to come out, I might as well just drill it in my hand and just put the finger back on there. Oh, my goodness. And then I went ahead and buffed her down after I sanded her down. And we got ready to put on the base coat. I wanted to do a really cute ombre because with the flower picture that she sent me came with a nice ombre, but I still don't have all the tools. It's like every video I've acquired a new set of 5 random things, nail supplies and accessories that's just gonna make the process better for me, and y'all just see that happen. But I didn't have what she needed for me to do that ombre today, but we went ahead and put on a base coat, stuck girly in a UV to cure, and got to polish it. So right here is me attempting to do the ombre with just 2 different color pinks, nail polishes, and then I went to take my little brush and mix it, and it just wiped it off. I don't know. Maybe I should have watched the tutorial on how to do that first, and then I just went ahead and painted over it, and I was like, oh, it's so cute how it's mixing. I'm gonna just leave it like that, and then let's put a French tip on this one, and maybe it's just too soon. We just did that. We just went down that road of trying to do that, and we saw how that went, and I was just like, I'm gonna go again right now. And then after I looked at it, I was like, matter of fact, I'm gonna just paint it solid. It's gonna end up being a solid color. I thought that was the point when I did it right there, but I was still trying with that ombre, and I looked at that and I said, yeah, we're done. This is not what we're here for, okay? We are here to see if we can draw this flower. So we're gonna go ahead and make her a base coat girly and just go ahead and solid her up. It's giving very much pretty and pink, and move on. Now, when I did put the second layer of pink over, it took away that nice mixed color effect that I had on the other nails. But once again, I was just so anxious to draw the flower, and I wasn't really intended on practicing too much of the set itself that I guess I was just zooming through it. But there she goes. She's so cute, so plain. And I grabbed my little dotting tool and I got to work. Oh my goodness. It was starting off so nice, but I didn't cure the gel all the way, or I don't know if it was the polish I'm using, because the polishes I have are also kind of old because I haven't bought a polish set yet. But I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna just have to come back to them because I messed it up. And then I started again on one. And since I was so focused on it smearing the first time, I didn't pay attention to the fact that since I'm not doing them big enough for you to really see the flower and the effect, and my dotting tool and my brush are too big for how small of a flower I was trying to do it. But I just messed up a nail and moved on to the next one. So nail number 3 was, it was starting to hit on something a little better. I spread them out a little more, and I had switched my brush at this point to something smaller, and then you can actually see the lines in the flower. I cannot wait for my man to see this, because anytime I show him me doing something, it always convinces him why I need the next set of nail stuff to move on. But the flower was just eating. And then when I moved on to the stem, y'all, I was like, okay, let's do the whole nail, right? If you're trying to draw, baby, use your whole canvas that you got. So I went ahead and spread it out as far as I could on the hand, just so I could really practice the line movements of it. And yo, do you see, shorty? Baby girl is eating. Baby girl, let me see your little hand. Let me see, like, what? And I put that little line. Oh, I need a different size dotter. Or no, I think the real problem was that I wasn't cleaning off my dotter. And so the dots were just getting bigger and bigger as the polish just accumulated on it. And then I went back and tried to fix this thing again. Any flower that I have messed up, I was like, okay, let me just try and give her some love. And it didn't work, but you know what? As I'm looking at it, they doing a little something. And I definitely sent her the pictures of me after I did this and let her know, like, yeah, girlie, we're going to do this. Let me work on that ombre, because that didn't work out, but we're going to do this. And then I went ahead and did it on the pinky, trying to use the same method of keeping them spread as far apart as I could. But I think I put 3 of my dots a little too close, so it kind of made it crowded on one side of the flower. But for this to be my very first time trying nail art, well, I ain't gonna say my first time trying nail art, but trying to draw this flower, they came out so cute. Oh my goodness. My mama could not stand how that dark red color, but girlie, we work with what we got. But here they are. I'm gonna go ahead and put a top coat over them, and the top coat just really solidifies it. I don't know, it just smooths everything over, and it just gives it this really pretty gloss. And oh my goodness, it's giving a Hawaii vacation. Okay, it's giving she's a Ohana girl. Okay, and yeah,